What's up, everyone? How you doing? Alfred Peralta here with Invest in Your Future podcast, kicking it with Noel Lantigua, bringing you the grit, the grind, and the glory. Having fun today. Having fun today, Saturday. Having a good morning so far.
We kicked it off early. Started talking stocks.
Exactly. That was fun.
Crypto.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And so, we're here. Just wanted to bring you a quick podcast. What are we bringing today, Noel? What are we talking about? Mindset.
Today is a day for basically focusing on your dreams and focusing on your goals, right? Because without those things, you're basically going into life without a direction. You just every day is just the checks are coming in, or every week, however you get paid, but your money's coming in without a purpose for it to be spent on.
Yeah, and what happens is like it's that procrastination catches up, and next thing you know, something that you may have been wanting to work on, 6 months goes by, a year goes by, 5 years goes by, and time's flying as we get older. It's crazy to think that after college, it feels like 10 years flew by.
I remember the first time I started working, like officially, I finished, high school. I got into college, but I was more worried about my income than learning, honestly.
Yeah,
I was like, I gotta become a man, and I gotta pay these bills. And yeah, sure, education is great. That's the main purpose of life, is you gotta educate yourself. The day you stop educating yourself, it's like you're brain dead, basically. Mm-hmm. But where's the money?
You gotta eat.
Where's the money, guys? You tell me, where's the money? You go to school for how many years?
12, 14 years, I guess.
What's the shortcut? What's the
dropping out after, or not dropping out, or going at least dropping out after, not going to college,
right?
Starting after high school.
I guess who we have in history that went to college and actually went to chase their dreams and goals. You have Bill Gates, one of them. Who else?
A lot of people went to college to do it, but college degrees feel like just a common thing. It's not. It's like you're not really getting, I would say, a master's or a doctorate, and it depends on what field.
Right.
But we're here to bring you the entrepreneurial mindset. And just, not to downplay school, obviously, right, guys? It's nothing like that at all. I've went that route. I'm grateful for the doors that it's opened for me, but I'm also...
How was your experience?
It was good.
It was good?
Yeah. It was good. I didn't learn. I learned how to really manage my tasks, how to, just understand money. In consulting, but I didn't know how to manage money, because understanding money is one thing and managing money is a different thing. I did get into a lot of debt, and unfortunately, although I'm using the skills,
we're not downplaying college, guys, but it's just when you don't have the correct guidance to something, you gotta look at what you're gonna get into, when you're gonna go shop for anything. So you gotta shop around at the same time. But when they're throwing this opportunity at you, you're expecting to make money, but they never spoke to you on finances. Right?
No, they essentially just, hey, this is what it costs. These are your options. I ended up getting a student loan, like many of us do, and I didn't manage my money properly in that, and that maybe even should have started, those types of classes maybe even should have started in high school, to be honest, or like when you had a high school counselor, that's maybe what they should have talked to you about, instead of just like, hey, are you making friends in school? They should have been talking about, hey, what are your options for college, how you want to start affording it, maybe in the 10th grade, are you looking at getting another job, are you looking at getting scholarships? Maybe there's counselors out there that are like that. I just never had that experience personally. So, but nonetheless, the traditional route is phasing away. We talk about the Industrial Revolution 4.0, and I was actually reading. Well, just what the next set of where the economy is right now, really, and then where it's continuing to go more than ever. We're not going back to where we were. There's a new revolution coming in e-commerce, in all internet-based things. It's you can't even deny it.
So you want to do some research?
Yeah, Dior.
You got a Dior, guys. Remember that. DYOR. Do your own research.
Yeah, I did my own research after the fact. Life hits you and you start looking for options. And that's why we started this podcast. As second generation business owners, we needed to take it to the next level because the way our parents built the business was a very traditional way as well. It's person to person referral based marketing, right? And there's nothing wrong with that either, but when you're in a lockdown for a year and a half, to keep up, we had to take it to the next level, right? So that's why you're seeing the Facebook page. Thank you to the Peralta familia. Gracias por ustedes para seguirnos on this Facebook journey. And also check out our website as well. So you'll see that, and this podcast will be on there as well. But let's get down to it, man. We've got 6-7 minutes in already. Let's get down to what we're talking about. So, the taste of success starts with an excess. Let's get down to it, brother.
Knowledge is power, but you gotta take action.
Knowledge is power, but you gotta take action. We're having fun using the Switcher app. Hope you like this setup, by the way. Michelle could not be here today, but she is here in spirit. And of course, she'll be here on our very next episode, I'm sure. But we're learning from the magic of thinking big, right?
Yes. So the reason why we, just to stay on topic, what we were talking about with college is very educational. I definitely agree. I respect for what you basically said. You got to do some research. So in doing research, we want to think about the magic of thinking big. It's a wonderful journey, but the road to success is a beautiful journey. But you have to educate yourself, or else you're going to get burnt out, because there's a million ways to do it, but there's one way for you. And in order for you to find that one way for you, you have to have some dreams and you have to have some goals. So when you want to have dreams and goals, what do you think of? What are some things that come to your mind when you have dreams and goals?
Well, what do I actually want to accomplish, right? Like, what feels important for me as a human being that is going to add value to my life, whether it's providing security for my family, having a personal accomplishment. It's all on what drives my interest. My interest right now is pretty much exactly that. Being able to provide security for my family in either finances, safety, and all of that general term of what that is. And then have a personal endeavor of just creating an impact within my community, within my environment. And, helping others help me, right?
Right.
Helping others so that they can help me. It's all about what we talk about with Peralta Interactive, is the network that surrounds us.
Right.
And so those are some of the goals and dreams that I want to aspire. Of course, I do want the materialistic things, you know what I mean? I actually thought about, this is a good, cool idea. I'm thinking about renting my dream car every year for my birthday until I get it.
That doesn't
See
sound
how
bad
many
to
years
me.
it takes. So I have fast
Miami,
cars, fast mode.
Miami does that.
Might do it in Miami, maybe. Who knows? Maybe we'll just start around the community. And
Just thinking around the clock.
So you gotta feel your dream, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be your dream. You gotta believe what you're going for, and if something like that is gonna add that value to it, because that's the other thing, right? You're gonna believe all these types of success that you want to accomplish, but are you putting the value to it?
Right. Well, like when I went to college myself, I had a dream. My dream was to be a programmer. I love computers. I love getting into computers, from building it to I wanted to learn how to design something. But that drastically changed for me because where I went, I realized that I didn't do my research. And where I ended up going, they didn't offer those classes. So I kind of like had to intake whatever classes they had to offer there. So I immediately looked at accounting.
You just jumped in to jump in?
Accounting. The first thing on the book, accounting. My mom did accounting. She did her master's, That's great. That's a great role to take on. But is that where I wanted to end up at, in the bank or something like that? I think I've always wanted to be like my own boss. Like I feel like I always had this great passion within me to do something for myself, believe in myself that I can conquer the world in a way. And my world, I'm not here to chase nobody else's dreams but mine. And just the things that I want in life, I know it takes a lot. You want the supercars, you want the big houses. I have a family now. I just, my daughter's about to turn 3, and everything is no longer about me. It's no longer about the Prada sneakers, the Balenciagas, the latest tags. It's no longer about that, guys. I mean, can I get that stuff? Yeah, I can. But I'd rather just invest. And the reason why I invest is because this is what I see that they're doing. Either you're an employee or you're a business owner, It's just those two things. So for myself, I said, well, I gotta make something of myself and I gotta build on myself. And I'm still in the path of building myself along my mentors. You need mentors to get to where you want to be.
Mentors and books like this, The Magic of Thinking Big Again,
which was provided by my mentor. I discovered this book because of my mentor. So, what am I getting out of this book?
Peralta, thank you to our diamonds. Thank you. Jaeger University, the Jaeger family, the Jaeger Group, IBOcity.com. Check them out. They always talk about the grit, the grind, the glory, but they put us on a different type of education system. And I think that's why I love how you started with, what was your experience in college? What was your experience? What was your education experience?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you talk to most people, they're going to tell you about a traditional schooling, education of experience, right? Mm-hmm. Where there's different avenues of getting this type of education, but this type of education is the type that IBO City gives us, is the type that you wish you had alongside building the fundamentals of, your maths and learning history and all that stuff. And,
all education is very important, guys. Like, don't take this the wrong route. Like, if you're going to Harvard and you're going to whatever community colleges, congrats to you. Like, the more education, the better.
Of course. And again, it's just a different insight, a different version of that. So definitely shout out to them. What's most important for that belief, though?
Well, action.
I think it's action.
If you have a belief in something, right? And you believe you can do something, well, do it. Right? It's simple. Do it. Right? If you believe that you can make your bed in the morning, why don't you just do it? You have an option. Sometimes we get up and we're like, I'm running late. I gotta get to work. Oh my God, it's only 5 minutes left. But if you believe and you imagine that, because believing is to imagine, right? So you're imagining that you're doing something, so you believe it. But it's not until you take action that it comes a reality.
You're dreaming that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I can go to sleep dreaming about a Ferrari.
All day.
But how am I gonna get it? Like, let's bring it to the table.
There's the action. There's the action part right there, and
so you gotta create goals, right? Daily goals, minimum goals. That's why I said start off with making your bed. If you can have a goal of getting up and making your bed, then you're ready to take on the world.
So we'll ask you: do you get up and immediately make your bed? What type of action? Let's ask our audience, what type of actions do you take, little actions that you take, even if It's gonna sound kind of bad, but even if it's as simple as
Brushing your teeth.
reminding yourself to brush your teeth, do you wake up with enough time to at least brush your teeth? You know what I mean? I will be the first to admit that I have been guilty to form a big. No, I always brush my teeth, bro. They always fresh. Come on, man.
I know you watching.
Twister, check them out. No cavities.
I know you're watching your bank account.
No, but waking up, I have to get way better. I have to get way better at waking up with more than enough time to just leave.
Right.
You know, I get into the habit where, because I'm staying up either too late at night or whatever, waking up, trying to get as much, even if it's an extra 30 minutes, take sleep in more. You know, having to cut that back so that I can wake up and take my time in the morning to leave instead of wake up, brush teeth, this, that, now, gone. You know what I mean?
In the nick of time.
In the nick of time sometimes. I mean, it sucks, but it's something that, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm in the journey too, like you said. We're all doing that personal development, and that's definitely one thing that I would love to prioritize handling. So through this journey with you all, I'm hoping to admit that I get it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I guess it's also part of disciplining yourself, right? Even to get to that information, you have to discipline yourself to read.
Yeah.
Which, guys, we do have a book club. The book of the month is The Magic of Thinking Big. And the reason we chose this book is because it has guided millions of entrepreneurs on a success journey. And it's just been recommended by a lot of business owners, and it's for a reason. So you got to think big, you got to have dreams, and you got to have a plan to execute those dreams. Taking action is one of them.
Taking action is one of them, and here's a simple, like we talked about, the little things of
embark on our journey.
Yeah, the little things of reminding yourself to make your bed, if that's what it takes for you. You know what I mean? Everyone has different lifestyles and what they're going to prioritize. But I love this book. It's pretty much a task book. It's called the Freedom Journal. And it literally breaks down.
That's a nice book.
You can find this anywhere. I actually just got it on Amazon.
Oh, look at that.
So
there's different types of journals.
Yeah, there's different types of journals because you got a different one. I gave Noel one that's very similar to this. It's a 100-day mark. But essentially, yeah, I mean, check it out. 3 specific actions that I'll take to accomplish the micro goal. 1 habit I will implement over the next 10 days. So for me, it's waking up earlier to get things done and not rush out of the house. And then I love this because there's an action plan where it says literally what you're going to do for the day. By the end of the day, I will accomplish these 3 measurable objectives that support my SMART goal, which I'll let you all get into that, and then a recap at the end of the night. So it goes in 100-day segments, and then it resets.
So what time is best for you to journal? Do you journal immediately after you get up?
I do this actually the night before. I find doing it the night before I wake up with an action plan in my head already, instead of like, all right, what am I going to do today? Because I don't wake up early enough, I do it at night. So, you know what I mean? So that's how I justify.
I never thought about it like that,
but
at night is very impactful, and it's just because of, let's say, right before you fall asleep, you're probably thinking about, how hard you went in for the day and, what your dreams are. So you're putting action into action every day,
make something else
and at the end of the day, you just check out where you're at.
Yeah. So I highly recommend in creating your belief, create that belief as a vision. Dex Creator likes to say, always told us to go and visit, go and feel what your dream looks like, tastes like, feels like. What a day of freedom. If your goal is to not work for another person, take a couple days if you can, of course, or take a long weekend, or during the long weekend, phrase your mindset that says, hey, this is what my typical Monday is going to look like. I'm just going to wake up, I'm going to go to the gym at a certain time, or I'm going to check my email, I'm going to slow my wake up in that way instead of just making it, oh, it's a vacation day, I gotta go all out, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's alright to just have a chill day off. And for me, what I like to do is envision what my typical day would look like if I didn't have the 9 to 5, right?
I recently did something like that just to, I guess, like Dexter Yeager says, go in touch with the feeling, right?
Yeah.
I took a trip with my family to the mountains. It's my first time. I moved from New York recently, so I'm exploring a few things. Alfred suggests a lot of great spots, and I decided to go to Grandfather Mountain. And yeah, I had an amazing time. I mean, my girl looked up the spot, and, you know, she's always into Airbnb, and we was like, you know what? We saved some money. We moved. We've been okay. I mean, it's safe to go for a trip. I was like, yeah, let's go do a trip. I'll take time off. But I knew I was taking time off to work while I was on vacation, but I enjoyed it. And I went, I stayed at a nice cabin, and I had a great time. And while I was out there, I was working, I was promoting, I was checking on my stocks.
That's all your stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and I had fun advertising my products. And I saw my family, like, even though we were away, it was like we were home away from home. And I said, I need to buy a cabin. So now I have this idea that one day I will have a cabin. And I was talking to my mentor, Luis Peralta, and he said that depending on how he feels, or his emotion is in the state of emotion that he is, the state of mind that he is, he wants to be able either to go to a beach house or go to a mountain. I was like, this guy's thinking of the next level. I just thought about the moment. He's thinking about various moments. So, but that's
for a week or whatever.
Yeah, and when I did that, I said, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna go back to work, and I'm gonna work hard, because I know that this makes me happy. And that was the point of what Dexter Yeager said. You gotta touch it and see it. Feel it.
Another reason why we're doing this, because, you know, as much as we want to get this information out to you, this does motivate us. You know, it really helps us stay accountable to each other.
The magic of thinking big.
Magic of thinking big, of course. It helps us stay accountable to each other. It helps us, it actually motivates me, you know. I look forward to a Saturday podcast, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I feel like, okay, I have to make sure my week is productive so that I have something to bring to the table this week, you know. And I love the book club idea that we're doing, starting off with the magic of thinking big. Pick it up. Let us know your thoughts, what you think about it. We are 4 chapters in right now. Just wanted to give you a short snippet of what we're getting from this, you know, and the power of the belief in yourself and building that confidence in yourself. I know it's tough. I know life is happening, but, you know, it's happening to us too, right? It's happening to everyone. So if we can have a glass half full mentality at all times, your belief, we're just talking about it. It feels like the Matrix. It feels like the Matrix. The way of thinking like it is just changing the environment around us. We're like, you almost see it. It's like when you're looking into purchasing a car or something, and then next thing you know, you start seeing that car everywhere.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Let's look at our day today. I mean, we knew from last week that this was going to happen, and we planned it and we executed.
Yeah.
Did we have to juggle a few things here and there? I left my journal. I was supposed to bring my journal, you know, but I did not forget that I had to be here.
Exactly.
You know, and we're doing it, and that's what the purpose of all of this is. We have a dream, and we want to go chase the dream, whether we're fully prepared or not.
And that's what it's about, you know. I think believe big. Believe big. Don't be afraid to dream big. As again, Dexter Yeager likes to say, dream big, act big, put a plan of action, and you know, it's one step, one bite at a time. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Let us know, or today, sorry, it's still like 11 o'clock, but thanks for hanging out with us today. We appreciated having access, get a taste of success. Let us know what you did. What are your tasks that you do on the daily to keep you on track, and how it's encouraging your belief to make things happen.
I also wanted to say, if you want, comment on your dreams and your goals, and let's create a community where we can improve ourselves
For sure.
by committing to our dreams and committing to our goals. And let's talk about what are the obstacles that we are having, and how can we get across those obstacles.
Fears.
The fears.
Procrastination.
All the excuses. I'm so old.
Discipline.
I don't have time. The major ones.
Discipline.
I don't have time. Make time. We make time.
Make time. No one has time. We make time.
Make it time for you.
Yeah. Making time for us. Pick up the book. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. You can go on idealcity.com and of course find us pretty much anywhere. Let's start dreaming big. Let's start thinking big. And what's up? Well, where are we gonna see them at?
At the top.
We'll see you at the top.
At
Take
the
care,
top, guys.
Peace.